The Surgeon Kohler CPA review test module is obviously very valuable for practicing multiple choice questions and simulations. There's another tool here which I want to remind you of that is just as valuable. And for every one of the Surgeon Kohler sections that you are studying, in this case we're using BEC, Surgeon Kohler also provides an extensive, in effect, reference manual, or I like to call it a textbook, on how to, the information you need to know to pass the CPA, the BEC portion of the CPA exam. To access that manual, I hover over Tools, and then go down to Reference Volume, and at that point then the system will download the BEC reference manual. And if you take a look at this reference manual in detail, let me shrink it a little. It's still downloading, so I'll just use it as it is right now. Basically, you can find all the information that is basically that's pertinent to the BEC section of the CPA exam. As a matter of fact, let me go to the table of contents, and you can see here is it includes an overview of the BEC section. It includes the explanation, different information you need to know about corporate governance, economic concepts, financial management, information systems and communication, strategic planning, and operations management. And you can see that the information here is over 400 pages long, so there's a lot of good information that you can reference through here. Also, when you're taking the different parts of the CPA, or different parts of the CPA review here in BEC, and we're looking at a particular section, I would recommend reading the contents in this, and again, I'm going to call it textbook. Now, what I'd also recommend is that if you, a good idea is also to download this to your computer, and I can do it as a save as, and I can download it as a PDF file. So I'm not going to do that right now because I've already got it downloaded. So what I'm going to do now is close this out, but we're going to keep this textbook in mind. Okay, now let's assume that, as a matter of fact, we've actually gone through, we've actually done a multiple choice question. And in this case, we answered something incorrectly. Again, what happens is you get an explanation of what the correct answer is, but also it provides you the references into the BEC textbook contents. Here's a reference 5421.12, and you can click on this, and it won't take you to the textbook, but it will copy the information out of the textbook to give you the detailed information on this particular topic. You can do that for each reference section. Here, there's 3 reference sections. And you can also go and look at definitions, in this case for flowcharts, and all that information is right out of the BEC textbook. Now let's take a look at a situation where we have a question. And the question is, which of the following is not a risk response activity under COSO ERM, Enterprise Risk Management? Again, you may have an issue in terms of answering the question. If you don't know what the question is, that means you're going to have to look it up. Now, you can do it on the internet, or you can use the textbook. As an example, I'm going to take the downloaded textbook that I've already downloaded, and I'm starting at the table of contents. What I can do is I can go back to, I know this would be under corporate governance under section 5100, and I can go to that section and attempt to look up the answer within that section. Or another thing I can do is, since I've downloaded this, I can do a find on this, and I'm going to use a simple find. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, under Edit, Find, and I'm going to start off with, okay, I want to look for COSO first. So I'm going to do the Find under Next, and I'm going to have to go through a couple areas of the BEC textbook to get to the right COSO reference. So you can see you may have to dig a little. But if you keep pressing and going on, then you find section 5112, which is basically internal control, including COSO or similar framework. Now that I'm at that section, what I want to do now is look for the term risk response. and I put in risk response, and I click next. And in this case, what I come up with, it says risk response. Management can choose to avoid, reduce, share, or accept risks after careful analysis. And this is exactly what I'm looking for. Which of the following is not a risk response activity under COSO ERM? So what you're looking for is basically reduce, share, accept, or avoid, reduce, share, or accept. And you can look at this particular question and decide which of those items would not be part of that group. I'm not going to tell you what the answer is because that's up to you. Now, this looking within this COSO text or looking within this BEC textbook doesn't always give you the answer, but it gives you a good chance to look things up and to learn. So that's what I wanted to talk to you about, to review the fact that you have a very valuable resource, which is basically the BEC textbook under BEC. Under Regs, it's a Regs textbook, and you access it exactly the same way. So I'll talk to you later.